Should go and tell these pricks off.
This is, nah, they're alright, Johnny. They'll only be there for a minute. This bloke here, this number 9, Johnny, is that Kyron Hayden. He's on North Melbourne's list, apparently. Picking up the ball now.
Oh, okay. He's
Yeah,
got a good build on him.
yeah, he was good down at Sudders.
Sort of built like me.
Oh, he's a winning point. So this is just a stepping stone, mate, to bigger, better things.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, maybe I'll...
Have you been doing this through your uni degree?
The footy?
Yeah.
It's not from the degree. I've been doing it for the past... This is year 3.
Yeah, but you've been doing it while you've been doing
Yeah,
your degree.
yeah.
Do you get paid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not be driving a man jam up if I wasn't getting paid.
Yeah, fair enough. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's it, Johnny.
Blow the siren, mate. Oh, he's going to have a shot. 65 out, he's going to have a shot.
You blokes can't get knocked out of the 4, can you?
Phew, don't know so much.
He's going to go to the big Tory. 69 points up, Gold Coast, right?
He's got the spin. Yeah, whereas if Coops had missed that and went straight through the goals.
So when is Rowett the main man, or is John the main man of film and
John, yeah.
Rowett does all the...
Oh, pardon me.
He's in there somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah,
I've never met him.
he does. I'm not entirely sure the mix of the work. I think originally, like, it's sort of John's startup, and over time I think he's the main man that's like in contact with the clubs and like getting new clients and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But a lot more has been delegated to Rowett, I think.
Yeah.
Recently, he used to. Oh, he might still work for him. It's a company called Dartfish, which is like.
Oh, that, when his emails come through, that
yeah,
that's
so
what it comes as.
I think it kind of stemmed from that. They both work for Dartfish.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying to John, I don't want any money because it's just a hobby for me, but I went to Perth, like it's all travel. It's not about the money. I went to buy up. It's like, well, I might as well get something for travel, so I'm just going to just put in for. Well, I asked Tim Lees what he got, and I'll just put him for the same. I might just go to the toilet. Maybe still got another 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Toilet's just here too. If you.
Yeah, but
You've been,
I've been to it.
We welcome everyone to the Kojonup recreational ground for this clash between the Imperial Magpies and the Kojonup Cougars. Bookends here on the ladder for both of these teams. Kojonup sitting pretty with a great win last week against D Mill by about 5 or 6 goals. 2 games clear on top of the table. And the home team in the Magpies, the Imperial Magpies, they're struggling this year with only 2 wins, and they sit at the other end, just hoping to get this season out of the way and look forward to next year in 2026. So the last time these 2 teams play, Lee Luciv kicked 12 goals. He was telling me before the game they all come in the second half, which is a terrific effort. But he's looking forward to today. They're without their coach, so congratulations to Kojunup's coach in Travis Abbott, who made the state country side and will be playing today versus South Australia at Leederville in Perth. So well done to him. Also, congratulations to their big power forward in Harry Taylor, who also made the All-Stars at the Country Week Carnival only a couple of weeks ago. So consolidation here for the Kojonup Cougars, a travelling side, very strong side, couple of big ins for them. Tom Bigwood hasn't played for a while, Tom Cousins, and Charlie Tonkin's out with a knee at this stage, and Mackenzie Green comes in for him. Where for the home side, they have a few youngsters coming in, Tito Tomasi, Colby Beebe has been playing all year, Raymond Myers, and a couple of players doubling up from the reserves, and Keenan Wilson as well. So terrific effort in the reserves by the Kojonup Cougars. It was a draw with about 5 minutes to go, managed to get over the line by 7 points in the end to consolidate their position in the top 4 in the reserves, with Imperials losing another close one at home after losing by a couple of points only a couple of weeks ago before the Country Week Championships to the top of the table ladder leaders in the D Mill Hawks. So we look forward to this game here today. Perfect conditions for football. The over's a little bit slippery, but conditions otherwise a little bit cool, but no rain about. So be interested to see how Imperials go about this. They'll be looking for their skipper, and Zach Hall, terrific young player, played in the Colts Premiership only 3 years ago. And he leads from the front and is their skipper of this side, playing in the middle of the ground. Young Angus Brisbane comes in, imposing young fella himself at about 19 years of age. Will start in the ruck for the home side, opposed by the veteran for the Cougars in Brad Ashton. Before we get this game underway, special mention to our central umpires. Todd Carroll travelled all the way from Boyup Brook. Todd did a terrific game last week, didn't realise he was from Boyup Brook. And to Eric Farmer, who told me before the game his young son played Auskick this morning. He's travelled down from Perth to do this game. He'll go back to Perth, watch his other son play an underage game of footy tomorrow morning, then head out to Brookton to umpire a game out in that league. Just about underway here. Ashton v Young Brisbane. Up they go. Brisbane goes over the top of Ashton, wins the opening ruck knock, but it comes back to Ashton. Tries to get the handball out. Comes back to the Cougars now, and it's Hayden. Tries to drive the ball in. Across the front comes young Myers. Drives the ball out on the far side of the ground. In control here early, Imperials. He comes inside and he finds Tom Danks in the middle of the ground. Plays on straight away, looking there for Ipson. Drops the mark he should have taken. Right in front of the commentary box here. Still got control of the ball as Ipson gets a handball out, but it's young Marinoni for the Cougars. Umpire had his whistle to his mouth. Lets the play go on. Ball comes back out once again to Myers. He's going to get the handball over to Ipson in the play early, gets around a couple of players with ease, drives it to the top of the square, looking for big Alex Hancock, but it goes over the back of his head, and the mark is taken by the Cougars in defence. Comes inside, ball there from Hall, comes back to Ashton, comes right in front of the siren box here at Imperials Oval. In comes Ipson once again, been good early, lays a beautiful tackle on Jeffrey Peffick, and the umpire will come in right in front of the Kojonup interchange box and throw the ball up. So a couple of minutes into this game, no scorers yet. Ruckman go at it. Brisbane goes up against Ashton. Ashton wins the ball down. It goes towards the boundary line, kept in play there by Ipson, but it's knocked out of bounds by Harry Taylor, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball in right at the interchange gate. Posing young man is young Brisbane, gets best position, but then misses the ball. Comes back out towards Taylor and Danks. And once again, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. So early stages of this game, no scorers yet. Brisbane wins the ball down towards Armstrong for the Magpies. He sockers it off the ground. It comes back to Hayden, uses his strength, gets it out to the skipper and Marinoni for the Cougars. Over to O'Shea. He's tackled there by Tim Myers. And once again, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Centre wing, grandstand side. Brisbane wins front position, wins the ball down, it goes as far as Pethick. In they come now, in comes Armstrong, trying to get the ball out as Pethick. And once again, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up, pretty much in the same position. Middle of the ground, centre wing here. Brisbane wins the ball down, being good early. Socket off the ground there by Myers. In front was Corey Johnson, just drives the ball onto his boot, down towards his brother in Jordan. Gets a handball out. Close to the boundary line is Gizzarelli. And he's met there by Jamie Marinoni, and the ball will go out just inside forward 50 for the home side. And the pressure's been good early. Ibsen's been good across half forward. Terrific player, Ibsen. Premiership player for both D-Mill and Imperials, but showing his class. Ball's one down, goes in the direction of Ibsen. Over the back, it's Waderman. He's met there by Nicholas Heusler. He has Jackson for company. The teammate tries to get around a couple. Could have done too much. Back to Heusler. It comes over there to Danks. Uses his big frame. Gets out of a tackle. Drives the ball short. And the mark is taken there by Tim Myers for the home side. Plays on straight away. It's an average looking kick, but in front the mark has been taken there by Connor Ibsen. And Ibsen will have the first shot on goal from just outside 50 for the opening score of the game. Beautiful kick of the footy, Connor Ibsen. Distance shouldn't be a problem. All leads are off. Silky left footer. No, he's decided to pass. Has a player short. And that is Corey Johnson. And Johnson will have a shot on goal from about 45 metres out in a 45-degree angle to go back for the opening score of the game. Surprising there by Ibsen. Normally has a shot on goal. He's definitely got the distance. Johnson's not so comfortable. In he comes now, but right behind this one. It's a good-looking kick. It's going to land at the teeth. Over the top comes that man in Hayden. And he takes a terrific mark right on the goal line in defence for the Cougars. He goes short and finds Jamie Marinoni. Marinoni goes short once again. And still inside defensive 50. The Cougars have control. Gets the handball back over to Marinoni. He comes wide. They have the numbers here in the skipper and Matt Marinoni. Handball over to Hayden. Prominent early. Drives the ball long. Beautiful looking kick. Terrific kick there by Hayden. And Kyle Smith takes the mark just outside forward 50. He goes inboard and finds the skipper. Matthew Marinoni plays on straight away. Handball over to Smith. Back over towards Heusler. Ball in dispute. Comes back to Smith. Smith tries to shoot on goal, but he's well smothered in the goal square by Lachlan Smith. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be thrown in about 10 metres out from the Kojonup goal. Good ball movement out of defence. Terrific mark by Hayden. He gets it on centre wing. And Smith, premiership player from a couple of years ago, looked to get the opening shot on goal. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. And I think it's going the way of the Cougars. It's going the way of Jackson. So an infringement in the ruck. Didn't see what that one was for. And Sam Jackson, but an absolute stalwart of the Kojonup Footy Club, will come in from 20 metres out in a 45-degree angle. We got a good view of this one. In he comes now, Jackson. Umpire doesn't have to move. And the opening score of the match goes the way of the Cougars, courtesy of a free kick in the ruck contest. And Sam Jackson makes no mistake from 20 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And from where we sat, it looked pretty good from here. So I'm not sure what that free kick was there for, but the ball movement of Kojonup is second to none. They got that ball up. They play on at all cost. And Jackson, two-time premiership player since they've been in the Lower South West Footy League since 2008. Made no mistake from 20 metres out. So for all the good work the Imperials done early, the Cougars get the opening score of the match. Ball back in the middle once again. Brisbane doing well. Wins the ruck knockdown. It comes back to Brisbane for Imperials. Puts it down towards Gizzarelli. In they come now as Sam Jackson is there once again. Gizzarelli in there. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 30 metres out from the home side's goal. A one goal straight, 6, courtesy of a Jackson goal Imperials yet to score. Ball in dispute, far side of the ground. Ipsum wins it, puts it to the front of the square. But in front is Pethick, and he takes a mark inside defensive 50. Plays on straight away, looking for Heusler. He misses a mark he should have taken. Now he puts himself under pressure. In comes Wademan, terrific player for the home side. Ball in dispute. And once again, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 2 kicks out from the home side's goal. So for all those locals out here, Imperials kicking towards the old primary school end and the Cougars kicking towards the Keenan College end as Harry Taylor gets on the end of one and finds Jackson Lace out right in front of the commentary box here. Opening goal scorer for the Cougars. He just drives the ball long, elusive in the middle of a pack, outnumbered, ball in dispute. Out it comes now. It goes to there in Lachlan Smith, gets a handball back out to Wademan. It's a kick and Wademan takes the mark inside defensive 50. Has Smith running past, can use him now, decides to go short. Smith drops the mark that he should have taken but has time to recover. Goes along on the far side of the ground. Across the front comes Hayden and he takes a terrific one-handed mark. Still too far out to score. Goes in short and finds Marinoni. Looking to play on now the skipper. Drives the ball in low, looking there for Taylor inside defensive 50. The ball hits the ground, comes back to Jamie Marinoni, gets a handball out to his brother in Matthew, the skipper for the Cougars. He decides to go short and he finds Taylor about 60 metres out from goal. He's played on straight away now. Taylor, the all-star from the country chance, puts it to the top of the square, looking there for elusive. Umpires come in and seen a free kick and Wademan will take the relieving free kick deep in the goal square. Comes down looking for Myers, and Myers takes a mark in front of Taylor, still inside defensive 50. He's controlling it at the moment. Hancock makes the lead. Myers now plays on, looks to go long, looking for young Brisbane. Probably should have taken that mark. It was uncontested in the end. In comes a young big fella now. He's there with O'Shea. Ball still in dispute. Marinoni gets a handball out. Ball still in dispute. And now the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Centre wing, we've been here before. 1 goal straight, the Cougars 6. Imperials yet to score. Brisbane wins the ruck knockdown, looking there for Armstrong. He uses his body well, puts the ball under his boot, looking for Wilson. It's cut off there by Wilson. Kojonup have the numbers here. Comes out short kick, will it stay in play? Yes it does, and O'Shea takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50. He plays on now. They're looking to play on at all costs. Goes right across ground and finds his teammates still well inside defensive 50. Through the middle of the ground now, the big fullback is Clark. He's going to drive the ball long, looking there for elusive, but over the top. Could have been paid the mark, didn't hold it long enough. Comes to elusive. He gets the handball out to Van Verhoosen. Drives the ball long. They have numbers here. Heusler takes the mark. He can run into an open goal, use the handball if he wants, decides to dribble it across the ground. And all of a sudden, from one end to the other, the Cougars get their second goal. And I think it was Heusler found himself in open space and ran to within 15 metres, dribbled the ball along the ground, and it went through for a major score. So early signs here, the Imperials have had a fair bit of the footy. They just can't get a score on the board. And every time the Cougars get it, especially deep in defence, they play on at all cost. And they've got the ball from one end to the other without Imperials touching it and put another goal on the board. The 2 goals straight. Imperials yet to score. Ball back in the middle once again. Busts through the pack is Hayden. Drives the ball long, goes towards Taylor. He's got a player running for him in Smith, and Smith is just going to waltz into an open goal and go bang from a couple of metres out. And in the blink of an eye from a centre clearance, courtesy of Hayden, Smith puts Kojonup's third. And as easy as you like, within about 20 seconds, he's put through their third. He's first of the match. 3 goals straight, 18, the visiting side. And Imperials yet to score. So early danger signs here for the home side. They've had enough of the footy to at least register a score. But Kojonup, every time they get it, especially forward, they look dangerous. Brisbane once again is doing a terrific job in the middle of the ground. But it comes towards Hayden, over to Van Verhoosen. He just chucks the ball onto his boot. Weasel makes his way in front, Jermaine Weasel, and he takes the chest mark. He's got a player all on his own, and I think it's Smith once again. And Smith will go back from about 25 metres out in a 45-degree angle for his second, and the Cougars' fourth of the opening quarter. 10 minutes into this first quarter, no score in the first 5 minutes from both sides. But in the last 5, Smith will go back looking for the visiting side's fourth. Terrific player, Smith. He's going to come in now. Deliberate shot on goal. We got another good look at this one. In he comes now. Goal umpire does not move. Doesn't move. Puts through his second of the match. Just got so much room there with Smith, and out of the middle of the ground as they make the changes here. Hayden's been terrific so far in this game. And easy as you like. Early danger sides for the home side as Smith puts through his second. 4 goals straight, 24 to the home side, yet to register any score so far. I'd be happy that Hayden's gone off the ground. He's been terrific so far. Kyron Hayden, North Melbourne listed player. I don't know how he didn't get a game there. Anyway, play back in the middle of the ground. Imperials have the numbers here through Gizzarelli. He's gone into the middle. Could have been taken without it. Comes over to Luciff. Gets a handball over to Jackson. Here's that man Smith once again. But over the top. The Imperials defence through East. Knocks the ball out of bounds, and it'll be thrown in about 20 metres out from the Cougars' goal. Smith looking dangerous, playing deep in that goal square. 2 goals to his name so far. Now he's doing the ruck work. East gets in front. It comes over to Weasel. Tries to bust through 2 or 3 players. Could have been tackled there. Had prior opportunity. Comes out towards Heusler. Over to Waderman, the star centre half back. Tries to go in the middle of the ground towards Wilson. Dangerous kick. In they come now. They have the numbers. Marinoti just puts the ball onto his boot. Luciff drops what he should have taken. His first genuine touch. Now he's wrapped up there by Waderman. The ball comes out to Beebe. He just chucks the ball onto his boot. They have the numbers there in Jordan Johnson. Far side of the ground, looking there for Connor Ipson. He's got 2 on him. Now the ball comes out towards Zachary Hall, the skipper for the home side. But numbers went out. Ball comes back in towards Jackson. He misses it, courtesy of some pressure from Ipson. In they come now. Could have thrown that. The ball comes out, but the numbers all favour the visiting side here. And on the far side of the ground, Heusler goes short. And just outside defensive 50, the Cougars control the ball so far. Comes in board and finds his teammate. Has players short if he wants him, and he goes that way, and he finds a skipper in Matt Marinoni. Players running past, can change direction if he wants. Decides to go short once again. Dangerous kick, but Heusler takes the mark, far wing. 4 goals to 0 so far. So nearly moving to time on in this first quarter as Weasel takes the mark in the centre of the ground. So Jermaine Weasel, don't know who that kick was to, but Imperials have the numbers here, and it's Waderman, terrific young player. It's got to get rid of it now, and does, but under pressure, turns the ball over on the far side of the ground. Still 2 kicks out from goal here, the Cougars. Players in the middle of the ground. He goes that way and finds, I think it's Crook in the middle of the ground, drives the ball long. Ipson in best position, could have been held, and the umpire sees it that way. And a relieving free kick will be taken by the home side through Tyler Ipson. Comes down in front of us now, trying to find Wilson, uses his body well. He's got a player short, and that's a terrific kick, and he finds Connor Ipson, open goal square. It's all about the bounce from here. But it goes through from a minor score. And their opening score of this first quarter is only a minor score and a behind. So 1 point. They're on the board now, the home side. 4 goals straight, the Cougars. And Connor Ipson gets their opening score in the middle of the ground. Heusler drops what he should have taken. Gets a handball out. Gets the ball back through the middle of the ground now. Could go over the top of Taylor's head, but it's a terrific mark taken there by Tom Danks. Big job today, Danks, on Harry Taylor. All-star for Country Week champs a couple of years ago. Terrific pickup for the Cougars. Far side of the ground. They have the numbers here once again. 4-1. Players through the middle of the ground. Far side of the ground. It's Hayden. He comes inboard. Looking there and finds Horsler. Plays on straight away. They drive the ball up. Looking there for Smith. Could have given away a free kick, but East does well. Wins the ball out. Comes towards Lachlan Smith, who's been prominent early, and Hancock takes a mark on the far side of the ground. Just maintaining possession in the middle of the ground, looking there for Armstrong. Been a little bit quiet, Brandy Armstrong, but he's done well there. He got the handball out to Tyler Ibsen. He's going to close in from 40. Has a shot on goal. And it goes across the face of the goal through for a minor score. Probably should have done a little bit better there, Tyler Ibsen. He's got the wheels. Gave himself enough time to have a shot on goal. And misses one that he probably would get 9 times out of 10 as Clark brings the ball in and finds Pethick just outside defensive 50. Got a player short, and I think he's kicked that out on the full. He has. And Tyler Ibsen will take the relieving free kick. That was Tonkin, but the kick was just a little bit wide for him. Plays on now, does Ibsen. Moves around, drives the ball long, looking there for the big frame of Alex Hancock. Over the top, he had to do the spoiling. Comes out to Jamie Marinoni, the star from a couple of years ago. Puts the ball long. Ashton had enough time to take the mark, misses it. It comes over to Van Verhoosen. Tries to get the ball out to Hayden, but it comes over to Angus Brisbane, who's been good so far. Now it's a foot race. Tim Myers, has he got the wheels? He does. Outnumbered 2-1. Does really well, does Myers. Gets the handball out to Zach Hall. And Hall has a shot on goal. And the opening goal for the home side comes courtesy of their skipper in Zach Hall. Terrific effort there by Tim Myers. And Zach Hall made no mistake from 40 metres. Terrific effort. So good reward for effort. The Imperials have had enough of the footy. The home side in the opening 20 minutes of this quarter, as we move just into time on, they go to 1-2-8, 16 points adrift of the Cougars, who are 4 goals straight, and they kicked those 4 goals in about 5 minutes, early stages of this first quarter. So well done there to Tim Myers. Got around a couple of Kojonup defenders, which is hard to do, and got the handball over to Hall, and he made no mistake. The free kick has been paid there. Terrific tackle, Armstrong on Hayden. Looks down there for Hancock. Goes over the top of his head. Comes to Myers once again, and there's a tackle. Umpire will come in now. Said he had no prior. Jamie Marinoni was the tackler. It's a terrific tackle, making up for the one that he missed earlier, which set up Hall's goal. Ashton wins clean possession out of the ruck. Just chucked onto the boot, but all it does is land in the arms of Raymond Myers. And Raymond Myers will go back to kick back-to-back goals for the home side. He'll have a shot from 45 metres out. He's got Ibsen there if he wants him. He definitely has the leg from there. But young Raymond Myers doesn't waste any time. Crosses 50. Deliberate shot on goal. Looks like it's got the legs. It sure has got the legs. Back-to-back goals here for the home side. Raymond Myers, terrific kick. Put the Kojonup defence under pressure, did Imperials forward line. Landed in the arms of young Raymond Myers. And from 45 metres out on a slight angle, he goes back and kicks their second goal. 2 goals, 2-14, the Magpies. That's Imperials. And the Cougars, Kojonup, 4 goals straight, 24. A great effort there from Raymond Myers. He did have Connor Ibsen next to him calling for the handball, but he backed himself in from 45 metres out and made no mistake. So all of a sudden they're on top of your Imperials. Reduce that margin to 10 points as we close in on quarter time. Ball's one out of the centre, and Matthew Marinoni finds Taylor on a searching lead in front of Danks. And for the instant reply, Harry Taylor will go back from 45 metres out and probably a 45-degree angle to get one back for the Cougars. We know he's got the leg. Kicked 2 terrific goals against Southerners a couple of weeks ago from well outside 50, deep into the last quarter. Harry Taylor, terrific player is this bloke. In he comes now, crosses 50. Oh, he's pushed that across the face of the goal. It's going to stay in play. He didn't have the legs. Ball in dispute, top of the goal square. They need to rush it through here. What have they done? Loose have claimed the goal. Goal umpire said there was a hand on it, and it goes through for a minor score. So 4 goals, 125, 11 points in front of the home side, who were 2 goals, 2-14, who kicked the last 2 goals of the match. The ball's brought back into play. And it finds Hall. He plays on now. Drives the ball long on the far side of the ground, looking there for Hancock, but Hayden pushes him under the ball, works him under the ball and takes a terrific mark. Outstanding first quarter here from Kyron Hayden. Drives the ball long, it's slow. In front is Luciv. Had 2 grabs, misses the third one. It comes over to Taylor. Tries to use his left boot. I think it missed it completely. Handball comes out to Luciv. Middle of the ground now. Comes to Jamie Marinoni. Gets onto his left boot. Has a shot on goal. And there's the reply for the visiting side. Courtesy of Jamie Marinoni. He knows where the goals are. And 25 metres out, he puts through the Cougars' 5th. So Jamie Marinoni, terrific effort, working up from half back on his left boot, made no mistake. So for all the good work they've done, back-to-back goals for the home side, Hall and Myers. Marinoni gets one back. 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter. 5 goals, 131, Kojonup. 2 goals, 2-14, the Imperial Magpies. The ball back in the middle once again. Now it's Ibsen, Connor Ibsen in the middle of the ground. He wins the ball down, comes over towards Armstrong. He just soccers the ball off the ground. And the umpire will come in as Corey Johnson is wrapped up in the middle of the ground. Doesn't waste any time. Ashley gets in front position. The ball's run down to Heusler. He just chucks the ball on the boot. They have the numbers here. Weasel's in front. He gets a handball over to Bigwood. Gets onto his left foot. It's a chaos ball. But in there is the youngster, the centre half back in Charlie Wadham, and he takes a terrific chest mark. Players on the far side of the ground, decides to use them. And he finds Armstrong just outside defensive 50. Player short, misses his target there in Christian Brajovic, puts him under pressure now, and in comes Van Verhoosen. Been a little bit quiet early, Van Verhoosen. He's a terrific player, gets onto his left boot. I think he was handballing that to himself, and it's come back to himself. Gets the handball back again. He's under pressure now. In they come. It's Jackson. No, that was O'Shea. Drives the ball down looking for Taylor, and Taylor takes a mark just inside 50. Got a player in the middle of the ground. He's got 2 players there. One of them is Pethick. And Jeffrey Pethick, with less than a minute to go in this first quarter, will go back from 40 metres out directly in front to put through the visiting side's 6th goal of the opening term. Sloppy defence there, all thinking Taylor was going to have a shot on goal. In he comes now, Pethick. It's a terrific looking kick. Umpire doesn't have to move, straight over his head, and Jeffrey Pethick gets his name on the scoreboard, kicks his first goal of the match, does Pethick, terrific player. And all of a sudden, those 2 goals in a row to the home side have been matched by 2 late goals in this first quarter. 6 goals, 137, Kojonup, 2 goals, 2-14, Imperials. So Taylor's got the leg to make it from there, and everyone pushed back to the goal square. Pethick ran through the middle of the ground. They could have raffled it there between the skipper, Matt Marinoni, and Pethick. Pethick took the mark and made no mistake from 40 metres out. Closing in on quarter time here, ball in the middle of the ground. One down there by Connor Ibsen, but it only goes as far as Kyron Hayden. Handball misses its target. Comes over there to Johnson. Ibsen decides to soccer it off the ground, but all he's done is put it in front of 2 Kojonup players. One of them's Marinoni, the other one's Jackson. In comes Jermaine Weasel to help out. Picks the ball up off the ground, gets it over to Van Verhoosen, drives it long looking for Luciv. Over the top comes East and spoils it out of bounds. And that's quarter time here at the Manjimup Recreational Ground, with the Kojonup Cougars holding a 23-point lead, 6 goals, 137 to the home side, 2 goals, 2-14. Terrific first quarter of footy. Imperials had enough of the footy in the first 5 minutes to get a score on the board, but the next 4 or 5 belonged to the visiting side as they piled on 4 goals straight. Imperials got themselves back into the game, back-to-back goals, Myers and Hall. But then towards the end of that first quarter, Kojonup hit back once again, Pethick and Smith making no mistake. And at quarter time, they lead 6 goals, 137 to the home side, 2 goals, 2-14. So welcome back to the Manjimup Recreational Ground with the visiting side, the Kojonup Cougars, holding a 23-point lead, courtesy of a couple of late goals towards the end of that first quarter. 6 goals, 137. The Imperial Magpies, the home team, 2 goals, 214. So before we move into this second quarter, I would like to thank our broadcast sponsors, Taliesin Lithium and Triple M Rocks Footy. Also with filming footy, we've got our main man Cameron on the camera here, the cameraman. Mark of the Year sponsor is AgFree, it's $3,500 prize. Goal of the Year sponsor is Kimberley Accommodation, that's 3 nights accommodation at Kimberley Accommodation Broome. And the player of the game always receives Archie's, the thongs. But the other sponsors, Southern Fuels, Delta Ag, UTF Trailers out of Gamelling, Alum Lube, and many more, such as Retrovision and Archie's, as mentioned. Ball in the middle of the ground. It's one down there by Hayden as we start this opening couple of minutes of the second quarter. In front is Luciv, gets the ball on the ground, has a shot on goal to get the opening score of the second quarter, and he pushes it across the face of goal and through for a minor score. So Hayden needs to be looked after in the middle of the ground. He's proving to be the difference, especially out of the centre and those centre bounces. Terrific player, and as we mentioned in that first quarter, a North Melbourne listed player. I'm not sure how long ago, but he's a terrific player and a good size as well. As the ball's brought back in and it goes outside 50, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. About 2 kicks out from Kojonup's goal. Opening minute this second quarter, 24 points up, the visiting side. Ball's one down. I've got the numbers here. Through to Myers, tries to go through a hole that no one's seen, comes back to Hayden once again. Ball back in, and it finds Heusler, who was good in that first quarter in front of Beebe. He decides to go short. He's got either Luciv and or Smith, and Smith cuts across in front of the pack and takes a terrific overhead mark, and will go back from 25 metres out directly in front to put through the opening score of the second quarter, and looking for his third of the match. A premiership player from a couple of years ago, Kyle Smith, terrific player. Did meet his family over in Kojonup once, so very happy with where he's at. I think he might be a traveller from Albany, but terrific talent is Kyle Smith. Deliberate shot on goal now. Playing deep in the goal square, in he comes now. Trots in. Doesn't make the umpire move at all. And the opening score of the second quarter goes away of the Cougars, courtesy of Kyle Smith's third goal. So they move to 7 goals, 2-44, 5 goals, 30 points up in front of the home team, who is still stuck on 2 goals, 2-14. So Hayden's doing some terrific work in the middle of the ground. They are power-packed in the middle. Top of the ladder for a reason are the Kojonup Cougars. Ashton, Jackson doing terrific work as ruckman, but well complemented by Hayden and Marinoni. Ball goes up. It's one down by Brisbane, who was really good in that first quarter, but it comes back towards Jackson. Smothered. Middle of the ground still is Zach Hall, the skipper, trying to lift his side, but the ball just comes out to Van Verhoosen, tries to chuck the ball onto his boot, over towards Hayden, keeps himself in front. In they come now, and it's Danks who wins the ball. Just drives the ball long, asking a fair bit there of Connor Rips, and it goes over his head, but now they have the numbers, Imperials. In they come now. It's Myers, one of the goal kickers of the first quarter for the home team. Gets a handball out. It comes over towards Tom Cousins. Puts his player under pressure. They're under pressure here, are the Cougars. Imperials forward line are doing really well, and they've managed to hold it up, and the ball will be thrown up right in front of their interchange box, about 50 metres out from goal. So they need a goal while they're up there. In comes the big fella in Brisbane. Does it well once again. Over towards Hancock. The ball socket off the ground. It lands in the arms of Hayden. He puts it in front of O'Shea. He has 2 bounces through the middle of the ground. A third. Could have a fourth. Drives the ball long. Looking for Smith once again. Well done in front was East. Gets a handball over to Armstrong. Goes around a couple of players. Gets the handball back to East. Missed what he should have taken. Now he puts himself under pressure. Gets the handball back. It comes to himself. Gets the handball over to Brandy Armstrong. Over to Ibsen. In they come. Now Taylor wins it. Puts it in front of Luciv. He's got position in front, and he takes a strong mark, a 2-grabber in front of Charlie Waderman. And he'll go back from exactly the same spot that Kyle Smith kicked the last goal to get his first of the game, directly in front, 25 metres out. Young East there had plenty of time. He'd spent it before he got it, and all of a sudden he was under pressure and under siege from the Kojonup forward line. And the mark has been taken by Lee Lucif. Does a little bit of a Josh Kennedy strut. Does Lucif kick 12 against this team last time? In he comes now. Deliberate shot on goal. Umpire does a little bit of work, but that's gone through for a major. And Lucif gets his first goal of the match to extend this lead once again. So they move out now to 8 goals to 50. And Imperials still stuck on 2 goals to 14. For all the good work they'd done down there, Armstrong got around a couple of players, handball over to East. And he'd spent it before he got it. And all of a sudden, the Cougars got the numbers there. And in front of Charlie Waderman, Lucif takes a terrific mark. No mean feat. Waderman's a class act in defence and has been for a very long time. But Lucif done enough to take the mark and convert from 25 metres out. Ball back in the middle of the ground once again. Brisbane doing really well. They just can't win it out of the centre. Goes towards Marinoni, but in comes that man, Hayden. Sells a bit of candy. Gets it over to Jackson. Back to Hayden. Back to Jackson. Mucking around. In comes Jackson now. He's going to have a shot from 50. Is it going to dribble through? Is it going to dribble through? No, it takes a wrong bounce right at the goal line. And a let off there for the home side. It just goes through for a minor score. Ball's brought back into play from Waderman, and he finds Ibsen on his own, still inside defensive 50. Has Armstrong long if he wants him. Waderman short, Beebe short as well. Decides to come right in front of the commentary box, looking for that man Armstrong. Ball comes over the back. It's Harry Taylor there. Soccers the ball off the ground in front of East, and it goes out of bounds and it'll be thrown in about 70 metres out from Kojonup's goal. And Harry Taylor pushing right up the ground, allowing Smith to play about 30 metres out from the goal square, and so far it's working. Jackson gets Brisbane out of the way, wins clean possession. Lucif gets a good bounce, sells a bit of dummy, then falls over, gets it over to the skipper, Matthew Marinoni, and he puts a short kick in and finds Nicholas Heusler, and he'll have another shot on goal for the Cougars, their third of the quarter, and go back from 30 metres out, directly in front. And it's becoming a little bit too easy so far. As Heusler, looking for his second of the match, comes in now, gets close to the man on the mark, and he's pushed out across the face of the goal, and it goes through for a minor score. So a let off there for Imperials. Heusler should have done better from that position. Ball's brought back into play, far side of the ground. They have the numbers here. One of them is Hayden. He's been terrific so far. Handball back, gets a handball over. In comes Gizzarelli to put some pressure on. The ball comes back towards Crook. Goes in front of Van Verhoosen, and the ball goes out of bounds about 70 metres out from the Kojonup goal. So just some mistakes, just the pressure that Kojonup put on. As soon as you make a mistake, they pounce and they get the numbers there and win the ball back out. Clean possession won there by Jackson once again. Lucif in front position. And Lee Lucif takes a terrific chest mark in front of Beebe. And he'll go back from 20 metres out. Probably a 60-degree angle. We've got a good view from it from here. To go back and put through his second of the match and second for the quarter. He used his body well there, did Lucif. Doesn't waste any time. Let's see if that stutter comes in. I reckon it's coming. Here it is now. Stutter, start. Pull the choke out. In he comes now. Deliberate shot on goal. Regardless of the approach, he's made no mistake. From 20 metres out, Lucif puts through his second of the quarter. And this margin now is just increasing by the minute as Kojonup have all the answers. And wherever that ball is, Hayden seems to be in play. And he's putting a lot of that ball forward to allow his forwards to have shots on goal and get a score on the board. So third goal for the quarter, 9 goals 3, 57. 2 goals 2, 14. The home side, been stuck on that for a while now. I'm not sure if that scoreboard's correct. Anyway, the ball back in the middle of the ground. Ashton in the ruck now. Comes over to that man, Hayden. Gets the handball over to Ashton. Tries to get a kick off it. It misses his boot. Gets a handball out, but puts his teammate under pressure in Marinoni. And he's wrapped up there by Hall. And the ball will be thrown up in the middle of the ground once again. Waste any time. Young Brisbane wins the ball down. Comes towards Myers. Over towards Heusler. Over towards Pethick, a goal kicker in the first quarter. In they come now. The handball comes out. Smucking around with it as Heusler just drives the ball off the boot. Bounces in front of Lee Luciv. He's wrapped up there by Beebe. And just inside the forward 50 for the Cougars, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. So 9 goals to 56. 42 points up, the Cougars. 2 goals to 14. The home side, the Imperial Magpies. Both ruckmen go at it. No one wins it down. Comes back to Luciv. Gets it over to the skipper in Matthew Marinoni. And he gets a short kick in and finds Pethick. He gets a handball out to Jamie Marinoni. He's going to close in on goal from 50 metres. But he's pushed it across the face and it goes through for a minor score. So looking to put the foot down here, the Cougars. Had all the play so far. Wademan brings the ball in and he finds his skipper in Zach Hall. Still inside defensive 50. Plays on now. Not much pressure on the mark. Puts it out towards Marinoni. They have the numbers here once again. Jamie Marinoni gets a handball over towards Harry Taylor. Could have been tackled high, but it's gone out of bounds. It'll be thrown in, Rod. Far side of the ground in front of the scoreboard. 9 goals to 56. 2 goals to 14, the Magpies. Cougars now kicking towards the old primary school end. In front was Jackson. Wins it down to Matthew Marinoni. He's got his kick away under pressure and the ball goes out of bounds. And the relieving free kick will be taken by Zach Hall for the Magpies. They're still about 3 kicks away from goal. They're close to the Kojonup's goal on the far side of the ground. Halfway through this second quarter, it's Zach Hall to relieve a little bit of pressure for the home side. He drives the ball long. Looking there for Myers. Over the top comes the defence of Kojonup. Gets it towards Ashton. Puts it in front of Jermaine Weasel, who was good in that first quarter. In comes a big fella in Brisbane. Gets a handball out towards Keenan Wilson. Could have been tackled high. Umpire doesn't see it that way. Player down on the far side of the ground. In comes Danks. And now in comes the umpire. And he'll throw the ball up. Centre wing. Far side of the ground here. All the scoring in this second quarter going the way of the visiting side, the Cougars, with 3 goals to 0. Ball's picked up there by Danks. Comes on the far side of the ground, looking right in front of the commentary box, looking there for Myers, and he's given away the free kick. And Pethick for the Cougars will take the relieving free kick. Been good so far. Got a player short in the middle of the ground, puts him under pressure, but that's a terrific mark there by Charlie Tonkin. Awkward looking kicking style, looking down there for Taylor. In front is Hall. Ball comes over towards Matthew Marinoni. Shoveled out there by Colby Beebe. Ooh, could have been a throw there, but the ball comes back out to Luciv. Has a snap on goal. Not sure what he's done here. Umpire didn't move too far, the goal umpire, but it's gone through for a minor score. And another let off there for the home side. As Lockton Smith will bring the ball back into play once again. Haven't had it up their forward line much in this second quarter. Oh, it's an average looking kick. They have the numbers. Who it is? It's Hayden. He misses for his first time in this game. Ball comes out. But Hall lays a really good tackle on Pethick. And it'll be thrown up about 60 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Looking to press once again. Ashton wins the ball down in front of Hayden. But all it does is come to Hancock. Hancock gets the ball out. Over towards Hayden once again. It goes down towards Smith. In comes Beebe. They have some numbers here. In comes Smith. Weasel's out there on his own. Now the numbers favour the home side. Well, he tries to get rid of it. All he does is handball it straight to Harry Taylor. They have the numbers here. They keep it in play. In comes Danks. He's been good under a lot of pressure. Ball's one down to Johnson. He just chucks the ball onto his boot. Over in front comes Brandy Armstrong. And he takes a terrific chest mark in front of 4 Kojonup defenders. Ball goes into the middle of the ground, and Keenan Wilson takes the mark. Plays on straight away and finds Gizzarelli. He's got Myers running for him. That's a terrific handball. Gets towards 50. Drives the ball along looking for Ipsen. What can he do from here? He had to spoil the ball down. The ball comes back out. Now they have the numbers once again. And on the far side of the ground, the Cougars win it out. And Pethick takes the mark. Has Jamie Marinoni running through on centre wing. And he takes the mark and plays on straight away. Now Smith has found plenty of room. What can he do from here without pressure? Oh, it's an average looking kick. He's asking a fair bit there of Todd Gibbons. In they come now, the Imperials defence. And they tie the ball up about 35 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Just didn't favour Ipsen up the other end. Oh, a free kick could have been given away in the middle of the ground there. Smith come over the top. I don't know if he had eyes on the footy, but the umpire didn't see it that way. And once again, he'll come in and throw the ball up 35 metres out from goal. Ball's one down. Brisbane still in dispute. And once again, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. 8 minutes to go in this second quarter. 58 plays 14. 44-point lead to the Cougars. So free kick's been paid. And it'll go the way of Brisbane. Oh, he puts his player under pressure. I think it bounced. It did. Brisbane comes in once again. Wins the ball down. Solid young kid. Asking a fair bit there of Armstrong. Armstrong keeps the ball in play. It comes over to Jordan Johnson. In they come now. They have the numbers once again to the Cougars. And they win it out. Over to Jamie Marinoni. He's got Pethick there. O'Shea gives the handball now to Pethick. Backs his pace in. Drives the ball long. Smith in good position. And Smith takes the mark about 15 metres out. Right on the boundary line. Got a player in short and he's going to use him, and that's O'Shea. And Lachlan O'Shea will go back from 20 metres out directly in front to put through another one from the Cougars. A sloppy defence there from Imperials. O'Shea run down, part of the passage of play to get it here. In he comes now, and he hits the post from 20 metres out. So another let off there for the home side. They need to capitalise on these. Get a score on the board, see if they can put some pressure on. They can only hold up for so long as Wademan brings the ball in. He's got Beebe all on his own, and a terrific kick finds Beebe just outside defensive 50. He goes into the middle of the ground and finds Tyler Ipsen. He plays on straight away, looking there for Armstrong, and Armstrong's been paid the mark. Terrific mark right at ground level, and Brandy Armstrong takes the mark for the home side. He plays on now, got a player short, looking there for Collins, but it goes out of bounds right in front of the interchange box for the home side, and it'll be thrown in about 70 metres out. So looking to get a score here, haven't scored at all in this second quarter, close to going into time on, and Kojonup holding a commanding lead as O'Shea just puts the ball onto his boot. And he's found Tom Bigwood in the middle of the ground. He gets a handball over to Clark. Clark just puts it in front of Pethick. He gets a terrible bounce. But in the end, in comes Ashton. They have the numbers here now. Johnson. The ball's driven along by Johnson once again. But all he's done is put it in front of Jamie Marinoni. Now they're under pressure. It's Gizzarelli. Snaps on goal. And he's run into an open goal. The electric young small forward for Imperials, not his natural side, kicks across his body, the banana kick on his left foot, and the opening score out of nowhere in the second quarter for the home side goes courtesy of Scott Gizzarelli. Kicks his first of the game, Imperials first of this second quarter, and they move to 3 goals, 2-20. And still 46 points behind Kojonup at this stage, who are 9 goals, 5, 66. Not sure about that. But it's a fair margin here to the visiting side. But out of nowhere, Gizzarelli made the most of his opportunity. Ball back in the middle of the ground. It's one down there by Brisbane. But all it's done is gone to Marinoni. Jamie, that is. He gets a handball over to Jackson. Jackson puts it onto his left boot. But Charlie Wademan takes a terrific overhead mark. In they come now. Van Verhoosen, being quiet today, gets it over to Crook, puts him under pressure. Lee Luciv, who's moved his way up to the ground, middle of the ground, drives the ball long, and it's worked out of bounds there by Wademan over the top of Pethick, and the ball will be thrown in about 80 metres out from the Kojonup goal. I was wondering why Luciv was up that far up the ground. He was coming off for a rest. He doesn't normally get out of the forward 50. Jackson gets Brisbane out of the way, wins clean possession, tackled there by Brisbane, and the umpire sees that as deliberate, and the relieving free kick will be taken by Wademan for the home side. Working hard is Wademan. Can ask a fair bit there of Tyler Ripson. Over the top comes Pethick, trying to make up for that last one. Gets the handball over to Johnson. Tries to get it towards Brandy Armstrong, but Hayden wins the ball. Gets it over to Jamie Marinoti. They have the numbers in the middle of the ground now. One of them is Pethick. It's not the best kick he's done all day. Now they have some numbers here. The ball comes over towards Todd Gibbons. Plays on in the middle of the ground, and he finds Jamie Marinoni. He's got a player wide about 40 metres out from goal, and he finds him on the far side of the ground. It could be Tonkin on the far side of the ground. A bit hard to see from here. But he's going to have a shot on goal from about 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. Just looking to press. They just have so many options going forward. In he comes now. Deliberate shot on goal. Umpire does a little bit of work, and it's gone through for a minor score. So another let-off for the home side. This margin could have been a lot bigger as we move into time on in this second quarter. Ball's brought back in. It misses its target in Hall. Comes over to Ashton. Handball over now to Harry Taylor. Here's a snap on goal, and he misses one as well. And once again, it's gone through for a minor score. So Wademan now. This time he's got a solid lead. Right in front of us here towards Danks. Over the top he comes. Now they have the numbers. One of them is Jackson. Sockers it off the ground. Gets it over to Brisbane. He just uses his big frame to bust out of the tackle. Drives the ball onto his boot. It finds Myers. Had players running past. He's got one now in Johnson. But in they come. They're working hard here, Imperials, but they have the numbers. One of them is O'Shea. He gets the handball out to Clark. Clark goes in the middle of the ground. Over the top comes Myers. In they come. Johnson just chucks it onto his boot. Now it's a foot race between Jamie Marinoni, Connor Ipson and Tomasi. But Jamie Marinoni wins out. He goes in the middle of the ground and finds Pethick. Handball over. Comes towards Jackson. Now the ball's out to Crook. Ball, it's a Falcon, I think it was there, to Corey Johnson, but he just chucks the ball onto his boot. Spoiled each other there. Clark comes over the top. Now Myers in position. He's going to run into an open goal. It's Tim Myers. And a mistake there from the Kojonup defence allows Myers to pounce on that loose ball. And from the goal square, he puts through another one for Imperials. Their fourth of the match. 4 goals to 26. 10 goals, 6, 66. So 40 points down, but a terrific effort there as Brent Clark come across in front of Tom Cousins, and all he did was spoil it in front of Tim Myers, and Myers ran into an open goal and made no mistake. So terrific effort there. They're working hard, Imperials. They're just lacking a little bit of polish going forward, and they run off halfback to the Kojonup Cougars, courtesy of Jamie Maroney, and they set up a lot of forward thrusts. Ball back in the middle of the ground. No ruckman wins it down, but it comes over towards Brandy Armstrong. He gets a handball out to Zach Hall, and they go forward once again, looking there for Myers. Probably could have taken that mark. Over comes Clark. In they come now to Massey, working hard. Gets it over to Connor Ipson. I don't know who he was handballing there to, but all he's done is found Jackson on the far side of the ground. And the Cougars once again work it out. In comes Hall. Best to push it out across the ground. No, he has numbers there. Drives the ball long, does Armstrong. Tomasi's there. Ipson comes across, and once again they have the numbers. Handball comes through the middle of the ground over to Matt Marinoni. Tries to win some ball out. They're working hard. They got their tails up. Terrific tackle in the middle of the ground there by Hayden, and he wins a free kick just outside defensive 50. Player through the middle of the ground is Pethick, who's been terrific so far in this game. Got O'Shea short if he wants him. Decides to go longer. Looking there for Taylor. Taylor works his player under the ball in Danks. Now he's got time. The ball into dispute on the far side of the ground that goes out of bounds. That was in front of Todd Gibbons. And Wademan once again will take the relieving free kick deep inside defensive 50. 2 minutes to go here before half time. Looking to come inboard was Wademan looking for Armstrong. He's found Hayden. Shot on goal here from Taylor. And another let off there for the home side. So they've missed some easy ones. The Cougars, and Harry Taylor running into an open goal from 30 metres out has only put it through for a minor score, and once again they'll reload. They play on straight away. He's looking there for Hancock, the big frame. Over the top comes Marinoni, and the boundary line wins in front of East and Marinoni, and it'll be thrown in about 80 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Minute and a half to go in this second quarter. Commanding lead so far. 41 points in favour of the visiting side. Ashton gets the ball down in front of Marinoni. Works his way through. That was Matt Marinoni over to O'Shea. But the pressure there from Zach Hall has made O'Shea kick it out of bounds on the full. And once again the relieving free kick will be taken by Wademan. Looking for options here. Best to hug the boundary line. Goes inboard a little bit. Looking there for Connor Ibsen. Didn't make much attempt on the ball. The handball comes over to Van Verhoosen. Ashton picks it up now. Drives the ball onto his boot. And the relieving chest mark is taken deep in defence by Danks for the home side. Goes on the far side of the ground. He's asking a fair bit now of Denzel Collins for the home side. He does well. Gets the handball over. But he has company there in Taylor. Harry Taylor for the Cougars, and the ball goes out of bounds about 60 metres out from Kojonup's goal. 30 seconds to go in this first half. 41 points up. Other Cougars. Could have been a lot more. A lot of let-offs. Ball lands short. Comes in front of Jackson. Wins clean possession. Danks in best position. And he takes a great test mark in front of Luciv. Has a player wide. That's Tomasi. And he takes a terrific mark. Young Tito Tomasi. Under pressure. Goes short now. Looking there for Wilson. Wilson gets in front. Has two grabs of it. In comes Weasel. Now Johnson trying to help out. Van Verhoosen's been quiet. Now Tomasi's under pressure. And he's won the free kick, the youngster. And Tomasi wins the free kick right on centre wing as we're just about at half time. In he comes now. Tomasi goes in the middle of the ground. And there's the siren for half time. With Imperials kicking 2 late goals to reduce this margin, but it's still a handsome one. 41 points up. The Cougars kicking 3 goals. 3 goals in that second quarter to Imperials 2 to increase that margin once again. There's 6 or 7 points as well in that quarter from 20 or 30 metres out. As they move into this second quarter now at half time with a commanding 41-point lead. So they've got all the answers so far, the Cougars. They're working really hard, the home side, but they just haven't got the polish that the last couple of grand finalists, one of them being a premiership and last year going down by 3 goals to Boyart Brook, that they have. And they're a well-drilled unit with plenty of options from back all the way forward. Harry Taylor pushing up a long way up the ground in this game so far, allowing Smith to play out of the goal square and proving to be a handful down there. They do slingshot a lot from half-back through Jamie Marinoni. Got some good backup in the ruck, but I think Angus Brisbane has done a terrific job so far today. They just haven't won a lot of centre clearances for all the good work he's done in the middle of the ground. So trying hard here, the home side. Still find themselves 41 points down at half-time. And we'll go to a break and come back for the second half. I think that scoreboard's right, eh? 1, 2. So welcome round, clash between Imperials, the bottom of the ladder, and Kojonup is sitting 2 games clear on top of the ladder. And 3 goals 9 in that second quarter to the Cougars, to 2 goals straight that come late for the home side. So 4 goals 2 to 9 goals 10, just about to start this second half. Once again, we'd like to thank our broadcast partners in Taliesin Lithium, Triple M Rocks Footy. And we'd like to thank some other sponsors to get through these now while we've got a little bit of time. So the Mark of the Year sponsor is AgFree, $3,500 prize. Goal of the Year sponsor is Kimberley Accommodation Group, 3 nights accommodation at Kimberley Accommodation Broome. The player of the game always receives Archies. We'd like to thank some sponsors around as well that help make this happen. So 6 media vehicles are brought to us, like partners like AgFree and Great Southern Fuels, Delta Ag. UTF Trailers out of Gemelling have provided the trailers. Ben Clark and his team, just so loyal and committed. Alum Lube, a well-oiled machine, and many more such as Retrovision and Archies as mentioned. So Archies, over $5,000 of Archies shared across, 5,000 Archies shared across 23 leagues on WA in the past 3 years. All of them make this happen, along with our esteemed cameraman in Cameron and one of the best timekeepers in the business in John Serenas. Has a few moments over the years, but today he's been pretty good and very quiet. Start this second half now. In the ruck is Jackson up against Brisbane, and Brisbane wins the ball down once again. Comes over towards Brandy Armstrong. He's tackled there by Hayden. And the umpire sees that as high. It's not Armstrong. It's Corey Johnson in the middle of the ground. So the first kick going forward in the second half will go the way of the home side. Corey Johnson put his head over the ball, decides to go short, asking a fair bit there of Myers, but he takes a terrific mark in front of Marinoni. Got a player now on a searching lead. That's Ibsen, gets his player under the ball. Pethick's there. He's well tackled there by Ibsen. How will the umpire see that? He sees that if you had prior opportunity. The opening shot on goal in the second half will go the way of Tyler Ibsen for Imperials. He'll have a shot from goal from about 20 metres out on a 45-degree angle. In he comes now, and he makes no mistake, this Tyler Ibsen. He puts through his first of the day. The opening score of the second half goes the way of Imperials. 5 goals 2 now 32, 9 goals 10 64, the visiting side. 3 goals 9 they kicked in that second quarter. Can Imperials make them pay? But what a perfect start for the home side. Corey Johnson put his head over the ball in the middle of the ground, got the ball out, and Ibsen, Pethick tried to break the tackle. Ibsen had the wheels, laid a terrific tackle from 20 metres out, received the free kick, and made no mistake. 5 goals 2, 32, 9 goals 10, 64, 32 points the margin, and you couldn't ask for a better start than that. Ball's back in the middle once again. Once again, it's Brisbane wins it down towards Hall, but Matthew Marinoni picks it up for the Cougars. The skipper just pops the ball onto his boot, lands in the arms of Jackson. He goes onto his left boot and finds a teammate in the middle of the ground, gets a handball over to Matthew Marinoni, asking a fair bit there of Lee Elusive, goes over his head towards Kyle Smith. 3 goals so far in this game, dispossessed of the footy, the far side of the ground. The mark is missed there by Myers. Now Van Verhoosen comes in they come in now, and in comes the umpire as well. And on the far side of the ground, centre wing, he'll come in and throw the ball up as Imperials have started this third quarter with a lot of venom so far. Over the top, Brisbane just stayed there. Jackson wins it down, but all he done was get it straight to Brandy Armstrong. Comes towards Angus Brisbane of Imperials. He gets a handball over to Hall. Still in dispute in the middle of the ground. Handball comes out. Tackle laid there by Johnson, Corey Johnson. And once again, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Inside the centre square, favouring Kojonup a little bit. Ball's one down there by Brisbane in the direction of Van Verhoosen. He can't get a handle on the ball. In they come once again. And numbers win out. And centre wing, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up once again. 9 goals 10 64, Kojonup. 5 goals 2 32, the home side with the opening goal of this third quarter. Comes out towards Pethick. Could have been tackled without the ball. They win it out now. Do Imperials. It comes over to Hall. Gets a handball out to Hancock. Been quiet today, the big fella. Gets his player out of the way, but the ball goes out of bounds, about 60 metres out from the home side's goal. Looking to reduce this margin. They're in a good spot. Still 2 kicks from home. Jackson gets Brisbane out of the way once again. Puts it in the direction of Jermaine Weasel for the Cougars. And the ball goes out of bounds. I think it's on the full. And the relieving free kick will be taken by Smith. Been good so far, Smith. Caught him a fair bit today. Been good coming out of fullback is Lachlan Smith. Been under a lot of pressure down there. Bit of a consultation now with the boundary umpire, the central umpire. And what's been decided, it's a touch ball and the ball will be thrown in. So no relieving kick there for Smith. The ball will be thrown in, centre wing, slightly forward to centre. Kojonup's favour, thrown in straight away. Jackson wins the ball down, comes over to Gibbons, he gets a handball out. It's chucked onto a boot. In front there is Myers and he takes a terrific mark. Gets the ball short. He has got a player short and that's the skipper in Zach Hall. Still 2 kicks out from goal. Got a player calling for it long. Has to go long now. Looking there for Ibsen. Tries to get his way in front. Been a little bit quiet today. Has Connor Ibsen. Waiting there for the handball. Gets the ball out towards Armstrong. In they come now. Could have been tackled without it. No, the umpire's seen a throw. Play on advantage to Connor Ibsen. Should have done better from 30 metres out. Probably could have went back to Armstrong there. Bit late, the play on advantage call, and it goes through for a minor score. So a let off there for the Cougars. Could reduce that margin even further as Marinoni comes out of the middle of the ground and he finds Clark, the imposing fullback. He goes on the far side of the ground and he's got Jermaine Weasel, works himself into a good position in front of our man Lachlan Smith. Plays on, looking there for Lucev, and Lucev takes a terrific overhead mark in front of Beebe. Is he too far out to score? He might try and go around him on the mark here. Has Smith short, could have used him. Now he's got Taylor in the goal square. Puts it to the teeth of the square. What would I know? He definitely had the leg. He definitely had the leg from there to Lee Lucev. Never in doubt. And from 40 metres out from the boundary line, he goes back and puts through his third. And Lucev, I didn't think he had the leg from there. Timekeeper acknowledged that. But Lee Lucev knew better from 40 metres out, right on the boundary, straight over the goal umpire's head. And the first goal for the Cougars comes courtesy of their small forward, Lee Lucev. Terrific player, real stalwart of their club. 2 in the second quarter to Lucev, and now he's got 1 in the third. And 10 goals, 10-70, 37 points in front of the home side, 5 goals, 3-33. Ball back in the middle of the ground. It's 1 down there again by Brisbane in the direction of Brandy Armstrong. Here comes Armstrong once again. Gets a handball over in front of Myers. He's got the wheels, but now he's got Marinoni Jamie for company. And the boundary line wins out, and the ball will be thrown in about 80 metres out from Imperials' goal. So terrific effort there by Lucev. Imperials had all the play. Brisbane wins front position, tries to knock the ball down. Comes to Marinoni, Matt, puts it out in front of Weasel. Could have been pushed in the back there by Smith, but in comes Weasel now. He has a bounce, could have another. He's got a player loose. That's a terrible kick there. And Max East takes the relieving mark. Sam East it is. Still inside defensive 50. Should have done better there, Weasel. Now the ball comes out. Handball over to Hall. He's got a player there in Wademan. That's a terrific kick in the middle of the ground. Wademan could have played on. That thought better of it. He's got a player loose. That's Tyler Ibsen. Could have been tackled without it. Recovers the ball. Oh, now he's bumped there by Crook. Had more time than he didn't have there. Comes over to Van Verhoosen. Gets onto his left boot. Looking there for Taylor. But in front, the great mark is taken there by Tom Danks. Been terrific today, Danks. Goes inboard and finds the big frame of Alex Hancock. He drives the ball long. He's going to ask a fair bit of Ipsen once again. Gets his player in best position. That was Heusler. Handballs to no one in particular. It goes to Kyron Hayden. Hayden goes to O'Shea. O'Shea back to Hayden. Goes through the middle of the ground. That's a great mark there by Armstrong. Been terrific so far today. Plays on straight away. Looking there for Johnson. Now in comes Brisbane. The big frame. Goes to body it rather than the ball. But the boundary line wins and it'll be thrown in once again. Oh, Ipsen could have been paid the free kick. Played on, mopped up well, but didn't see Crook coming in. And just as he was about to kick it, was not completely off the ball. Brisbane wins the ball down once again. Numbers even in the centre of the ground. What will the umpire do here? He will come in and throw the ball up. Just on the centre square. 4 to centre, Imperials' favour. 5 goals, 3-33. 37 points adrift of the visiting side. 10 goals, 10-70 with a goal apiece in this third quarter. In comes a big fella in Hancock. Busts through the pack. Drives the ball long. Marinoni gets a great bounce into his hands. Goes towards Weasel. He's been good so far. And he's been paid the free kick in front of Smith. And right on centre wing will take the relieving free kick. Comes in the middle of the ground through Heusler. He's got Luciv. Beebe comes over the top. In comes Luciv on the loose ball. Could have been tackled without it. Now it comes back to Luciv once again. He's got Van Verhoosen there for the handball. His jumper's come off in the process, but the free kick's been won by Myers. Terrific tackle. Players short if he wants them. One of them is Jordan Johnson, and just outside defensive 50. He takes a mark. Comes in the middle of the ground, looking there for East. That was a risky kick. They've got to take some risks. Well done there by East. Gets a handball over to the skipper in Hall. He goes to Brandy Armstrong. Tries to do a worm burner. It bounces truly there for Connor Ipsen. But he has Clark there for company. And the ball will be thrown up centre half forward with Imperials 37 points adrift, but not far off having another shot on goal. Ball's one down once again by Brisbane. Could have been taken high. Was Hancock. Comes out to Clark and he gets a short kick in and finds Gibbons on the far side of the ground. He's got players inboard. He's got plenty of players inboard. Hayden was one. It comes over. Another missed kick there. And Sam East takes a relieving mark. Plays on straight away, but all he's done is turn it over. And Jamie Marinoni takes a mark as if he was leading for the ball. And he passes off and finds Bigwood, centre wing, right in front of the commentary box. Plays short if he wants him. Some in the middle of the ground. Uses one of them. It's a terrific kick and finds O'Shea. O'Shea has Crook in the middle of the ground if he wants him. Just slowing it up a little bit now. Decides to go short. And he finds Pethick right in the middle of the ground here. 37 points the margin. Cougars holding that. 1 goal apiece in this third quarter. Bigwood goes long. In best position to take the mark is Waderman. And he does so. Charlie Waderman, the gun centre half back for the mighty Imperials Footy Club. Plays on now deep in defence. Looking there for Wilson. He's got a couple for company. One of them was Gibbons. The handball comes out. In dispute the ball. It is Christian Brajovic. Now they all come in. Gizzarelli's one. And now the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Right on centre wing. 37 points up the visiting side. Ball one down there by Brisbane. Comes over towards Hancock. Starting to inject himself into the game now. Drives the ball long. Ipsen in best position. Misses what he should have taken. Gets the ball out now to his brother Connor. He's going to wield onto that left boot. It's some sort of kick, but Crook's in best position. In comes the tackler in Myers. No prior. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 25 metres out from Imperials' goals. They're putting a lot of pressure on here, Imperials, but still a goal apiece in this third quarter. So deep inside their forward 50. Ball still in dispute. In comes Marinoni, the skipper, and then comes the umpire and will throw the ball up once again in exactly the same position. Over the top comes Ashton, wins the ball down. That doesn't go 15. The tackling's solid, and the umpire's paid a sling. Couple of players just reintroducing themselves, still inside defensive 50. And the relieving free kick will go the way of the Cougars through one of their stars in Lachlan O'Shea. Been good today again, O'Shea. The player wide, that's Clark. He's got plenty of time. It's all about the bounce. He's going to keep it in play. No, he doesn't. So a missed kick there from O'Shea. Gives Imperials another chance. The ball's gone out of bounds, far side of the ground, about 35 metres out from their goal. Won the free kick there, O'Shea, looking for Clark. Missed him completely, had plenty of time, but the boundary line was the winner. Brisbane gets in front. This time he's got himself in front, and he'll take the relieving free kick and have a shot on goal from about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Been good, the youngster. Rucked all game, puts it to the teeth of the square. What can they do here? It's the big man in Clark, and he takes a relieving mark right inside the goal square for the Cougars. Player's short if he wants him. One of them's Marinoni. Decides to go longer than that. Looking there for Crook. And Crook takes a terrific mark. Had a player running past. Decides to go long. Comes over towards Pethick. Over the top of him comes Danks. And spoils the ball out of bounds. Temper's just getting a little bit flared here. As Danks comes in. Introduces himself to Hayden. I think that's the closest anyone's been to Hayden all day. Ball's thrown in. It's one down there by Waderman. Handballs to no one in particular. In comes Johnson. Puts the ball onto his boot. In comes his brother there in Corey Johnson. Ashton picks the ball up and he's well tackled. And once again, tempers flare. So right in front of us here, the commentary box. A few things happening out here on the ground. A few frustrations out there. Imperials just don't want to give away a free kick. They've done well in this third quarter. As Ashton's going to be opposed to Wilson. Ashton uses his height, comes over towards Hayden, and Hayden takes the ball across the boundary line. And the ball will be thrown in. Right in front of the commentary box here. 7.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Ball's one down to Ashton. Over to the skipper, Matthew Marinoni. Just chucks the ball onto his boot. Denzel Collins comes in. He does get a handball out. Terrific work there. Comes into the middle of the ground and finds Tyler Ibsen. He plays on straight away. Terrific looking kick. Bounces in front of his brother in Connor Ibsen. He misses it. In comes Clark. Gets the handball over to Hayden. Hayden goes out towards Clark once again. Jamie Marinoni comes in, tries to find Crook. He's got time. Got a player loose on the wing. That's a terrific tackle by the big fella in Angus Brisbane. And he wins a relieving free kick. Great tackle there on Pethick. Been good today, Brisbane. Puts it to the top of the square. Hancock in best position. Over the front comes Myers. Marinoni, Jamie gets it out to Marinoni, Matthew. Over to Hayden. Dances around one. And finds Pethick just outside defensive 50. 37 points the margin. Just about to move into time on. Been good so far in this third quarter, it's Imperials, but it's one goal apiece. Weasel gets his opponent in Wilson out of the way. In comes Beebe now. And in comes the boundary line in front of Beebe and Gibbons. And the ball will be thrown in once again right in front of the commentary box. It'll be Danks. Oh, it's Wilson v Ashton. Wilson uses his body. Ashton knocks it out, only in the direction of Armstrong, who's been good this quarter for Imperials. Drives the ball onto his boot. Myers gets the bounce he's looking for. That's Tim Myers, but he's wrapped up there by Marinoni. No prior. And the ball will be thrown up once again. Forward to centre, about 70 metres out from Imperials' goal. Still 37 points to margin with one goal apiece. Wilson uses his body, gets Ashton out of the way, just puts the ball long. But Marinoni, Jamie, in best position, and he makes no mistake and takes the mark. Goes into the middle of the ground and finds Ashton. He's got players wide if he wants him, and he's going to go that way. And it's Van Verhoosen. Comes in the middle of the ground. I think it was Tonkin looking for Hayden. And Hayden's too strong and takes the mark. Still inside the centre square in front of Collins. Beautiful looking kick. Looking for Harry Taylor. And Taylor takes the mark in front of Danks. Good duel that. Danks has been good. Terrific mark there by Taylor. And Taylor will go back from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle to put through Kojonup's second of the third quarter. Without a goal so far in this game, Taylor done a lot of work up the ground. In he comes now, crosses 50, deliberate shot on goal. Oh, he's made the umpire work a lot down there, and it goes through for a minor score. Terrific effort there. Ball brought back into play by Waderman, goes short, and he finds Ibsen Tyler still inside defensive 50. He goes and finds his brother in Connor, drives the ball long. Over the top comes Myers, and on the second grab takes a terrific mark. Gets the handball over to Armstrong, puts him under pressure. Now he's got players on the far side of the ground. One of them's Hall. He's got 5 metres on his opponent. He should wield around onto his left, goes the other way onto his right, puts himself under pressure, gets a handball over to Myers. And all Myers has done is turn the ball over deep in the goal square, and it's Marinoni. And that's a terrible kick there by Marinoni, and it's cut off there by Corey Johnson. Looking there for Smith with Marinoni, one of his rare mistakes. Tomasi puts on the lead. He decides to go long. Myers is going to come from deep, but over the back, it's that man in Hayden, and he takes a terrific pack mark from a couple deep. Goes across field and finds the big fullback in Brent Clark. Player short once again, and that's Smith. So still inside defensive 50, just maintaining possession of the ball. Smith goes short and finds Jamie Marinoni. Smith runs on and he takes the mark. He'll play on now straight away, gets around Hall, takes a bounce through the middle of the ground, takes another. No one's coming to him. He decides to go short, looking there for the skipper and Matt Marinoni. Ball's knocked out towards Johnson. They have the numbers. It's the skipper and Matt Marinoni. Breaks a tackle, goes wide. They have the numbers here in Weasel. He has a shot on goal. They have the numbers up there. Beebe's one of them. But in front comes Kojonup. And that's Leon Van Verhoosen, I think, taking a terrific mark. Beebe was under pressure. Not much he could do there. They had the numbers. And from point blank range, the left footer comes in now, top of the goal square, and makes no mistake. And Van Verhoosen puts one through. They had all the play there, Imperials. But all of a sudden, the numbers were flocking forward for the Cougars. And Van Verhoosen in front of Beebe. There's not much Beebe could do down there. He's outnumbered 2-1. A little bit short one in Colby Beebe, but he's a goer. But Van Verhoosen come in front and took a terrific chest mark, and from the top of the square made no mistake. So 2-1 in this third quarter. 11 goals, 11-77 the Cougars. 5 goals, 3-33. 44 points the margin. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. And for all the good work Imperials have done, I just can't get that score on the board. Ball back in the middle once again. It's Jackson versus Connor Ibsen. Ibsen wins the ball down. Comes over towards Johnson. Corey. Ball's run out. In comes Armstrong. He's been terrific. Over to Van Verhoosen, the last goal kicker. Myers cuts it off. Tim Myers back over there to Corey Johnson. Just chucks the ball onto his boot. They're working hard down there as Lachlan Smith lays a terrific tackle, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Keenan Wilson thinks he's a ruckman. He's a little bit short, but he's having a go. Ball's run out in the direction of Harry Taylor. He's got Danks there. In comes Danks, picks the ball up. Harry Taylor lays a tackle on him and wins a relieving free kick on the far side of the ground. Working hard up the ground is Taylor. They work from one end to the other, even their forwards, as he goes short and finds Tonkin in the middle of the ground. He's going to come right across play, looking there for Clark. And once again, the boundary line wins out. And that's a win for the home side Imperials that has been thrown in about 30 metres out. Can they sneak one in? 1.5 minutes to go in this third quarter before three-quarter time to get this margin back once again. Wilson gets his player out of the way, wins the ball down. Mackenzie Green that was. In he comes again. Keenan Wilson, could have been a throw. Comes over to Ibsen. Ibsen snaps on goal. Goal umpire does a lot of work. And he's called it through for a minor score. Another let off there for Kojonup. Suspect handball there by Wilson. The umpire let it go. Ibsen's been good in this third quarter. A couple of shots on goal. Kept the opening goal of this quarter. The only goal for the home side, Tyler Ibsen. And missed that one from about 20 metres out. Reload once again to the Cougars. Looking there for Mackenzie Green. He missed one that he should have taken, but he's got O'Shea there for company. Comes to Horsler. Horsler gets a handball back out to Kyle Smith. Now they got the numbers. One of them's Van Verhoosen. They've got Lee Luciv all on his own. He should run into an open goal. He decides to snap. And from 25 metres out, he should have done better. And he's hit the post. And that's another let off for the Imperials side. As a ball's brought back in by Beebe. But they'll have another shot on goal just inside a minute to go in this third quarter. And it's that man Luciv, and he'll go back from 30 metres out directly in front, looking for his fourth of the game. Should have got one 20 seconds prior. In he comes now. 40 seconds to go in this third quarter. Lee Luciv, the small forward. Umpires work hard again, and once again he's hit the post. So another let off for the home side. This margin could have been a lot larger than it is, and they'll reload once again. And it's our man Smith. That's Wademan to bring the ball in. And umpire's seen a 50 here. So can they get one before three-quarter time? Charlie Wademan, he sprinted up there. That's a decent 50 as well. Plays on straight away, looking for the big man in Hancock. He's outnumbered. And across the front comes Clark and takes a relieving mark. He puts Hoysler under pressure. Beebe can't get there. Gets the handball out to Sam Jackson. He goes short and finds Gibbons right on centre wing, right in front of the commentary box. As the siren goes, three-quarter time here at the Manjimup Recreational Ground. 11 goals, 12-78, the Cougars. 44 points up, 5 goals, 4-34. 2 goals to 1 in that third quarter, courtesy of the Kojonup Cougars. Some let-offs for both sides. Imperials done better. They just couldn't get a score on the board. We come back for the last quarter here. Pretty impressive lead to the visiting side. They just keep on keeping on. Move the ball from one end to the other. Imperials won't give up without trying, but it's going to be a hard ask from here. They're going to have to double their scoring a little bit more to get this game in their keeping. So doing well here, but the Cougars, they'll come back in 5 minutes' time to start this last quarter with a 44-point lead. The umpires are So welcome back to the Manjimup Recreational Ground. Huddles break now for the last quarter here. 11 goals, 13, 79. The visiting side, 5 goals, 434. The home side, Imperials. So since quarter time, 5 goals, 12 the visiting side have kicked. I reckon out of those 12, watching from here, probably 8 of those have been, they should have been goals. So this margin could have been a lot more than what it is. I think it's enough though. They've got some tries here. Brisbane's been terrific in the right. Brandy Armstrong. Danks has been good under pressure down there in the back line. Waderman as well. Tyler Ipsum was good in that third quarter, but Kojonup seem to have the answers and they have numbers across the whole field. Just about ready to move into this last quarter. Once again, we thank Triple M Rocks Footy and Taliesin Lithium, our broadcast partners, to make this happen, and associated sponsors. 11 goals, 13. The opening first quarter of footy was 6 goals, 1, and you thought by how much this is going to be not great for the home team, but they've managed to kick more behinds than they have goals since quarter time. The start of the last quarter, Brisbane doesn't win that knock. It's one down there by Ashton in the direction of Jermaine Weasel, who's been good. He wins the ball back, drives the ball onto his boot in front of Luciv. Luciv gets a bounce. I think should have done better with it. Comes over to East. Wins the clearance now. Van Verhoosen in best position. And Van Verhoosen takes the mark in front of Jordan Johnson. Got a player short and finds Jamie Marinoni. He's got a player short again. And that player is Jermaine Weasel. So just inside forward 50 is Weasel. Played reserves today as well. Drives the ball to the top of the square. Asking a fair bit there, elusive. But over the top comes East and he takes a terrific mark. Looking there for Colby. The ball lands short and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 20 metres out, 25 metres out from Kojonup's goal as they hold a commanding 45-point lead early stages of this last quarter. Umpire's seen a free kick and it's going to go the way of Kojonup for a Shepherd in the ruck. I don't know what it is about ruckman today. They all think they're ruckman. It's Matthew Marinoni, not the tallest bloke on the park, no, by no way the shortest. There's a block in the ruck contest, and he's going to have the opening shot on goal, the skipper for the Cougars. 40 metres out, right behind this one. In he comes now. That's a terrific looking kick from the skipper. He makes no mistake. And Matthew Marinoni gets his second of the match. First of the last quarter. 12 goals, 13, 85. 51 points in front now, the Cougars. 5 goals, 434. I'm not sure what that was about. The umpire did signal a block. I've never seen Matt Marinoni take a ruck knock in his life. This goes all the way back to the middle of the ground. But from 40 metres out, it's a terrific kick. And Matthew Marinoni puts through his second and the first goal of the last quarter for the visiting side, the Kojonup Cougars. Ball back in the middle once again. Brisbane wins it down in the path of Brandy Armstrong. Looking there for Ipson. Goes over his head into Tonkin. Kick fortuitously lands with Crook. He's tackled well. Comes over to Corey Johnson. In comes Hayden, who's been terrific. He's tackled there by Myers, Tim Myers. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 60 metres out from Imperials' goal. Big fella comes in once again, but Ashton gets in front position, comes over to Corey Johnson, tries to get the handball out. Now it does come out to Smith, puts it onto his left boot, touched off the boot. Van Verhoosen gets around Armstrong with ease, and in front of Beebe, the mark is taken by the last goal kicker in Matthew Marinoni. He's got a player all on his own in the middle of the ground, and that's his brother Jamie. He has one bounce, he has another bounce, gets to 50, handballs off to Hayden. Hayden will have a shot on goal from 48 metres! And Corin Hayden puts through another one for the Cougars. Terrific effort there, all on his own. He's been sensational today as Hayden. 48 metres out, made no mistake. North Melbourne listed player. He's been sensational right from the get-go today. He puts through his first. And this margin is increased by 12 points early stages of this last quarter. Terrific mark by the skipper, Matthew Marinoni, right in front of the interchange box. Without their coach today, he's a terrific player as well, and Travis Abbott, who's been selected for the state country side, but he's just going to be a welcome inclusion when he comes back. Ball in the middle of the ground, comes over towards Kyle Smith. Now he's working in the middle. Well tackled there, and the umpire will come in. Tackler was Christian Brajovic, and on centre wing, just outside the centre square, the ball will be thrown up once again. In they come. Ashton wins the ball down. Ball's still in dispute, trying to tie it up. Play on, they say. The umpire says the big fella in Brisbane tries to win the ball out. In comes Hayden in front of Johnson, and once again the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Done well today. Rucked all day, the young fella in Brisbane. Starting to lose his sleep now. In front is Weasel. He's been terrific after playing a game in the Rezzies. Keeps the ball in front of him. Gets around his play with ease. Drives the ball long. Taylor in best position. Over the top. Now they have the numbers once again. Could have been a trip. Comes back out to Pepic. He's well tackled. Far side of the ground. And about 60 metres out from goal, the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. I just don't want to lose their way here, Imperials. The margin now, 57 points. See if they can control it here. Don't think they're going to win the game, but they don't want it to be a blowout either. Ball still in dispute, far side of the ground. Numbers once again favour Kojonup. In comes Ibsen, and the ball will be thrown up. Basically in the same spot, 60 metres out from goal. Big fella Brisbane wins it down for Imperials. He puts it in front of Christian Brajovic, and Brajovic wins the tackle. He was dragged in there by Pefic, and Brajovic will win the relieving free kick. He goes short and finds Hall, far side of the ground. He goes short once again and finds Myers. All far side of the ground, looking for the big Farrell, and Hancock just lands in front of him, and all he's done is knock the ball out of bounds and over the boundary line, and the ball will be thrown in. This time about 60 metres out from Imperials' goal. It's a good play on the far side of the ground. Great tackle there by Brajovic, winning the free kick. Ball goes over the top of Ibsen's head. Comes towards Marinoni. Now they have numbers once again. It's O'Shea. He's been terrific. It's a handball out to Gibbons. Back to O'Shea. They find Marinoni, Jamie on the far side of the ground, and he finds Taylor. Pushing way up the ground here, the big power forward for the Cougars. Harry Taylor. Marinoni runs on and receives a short kick. Still far side of the ground. Favouring Impsend. About 2 kicks out from their goal. Cougars have possession. He goes short. The mark is dropped there by Pefic, and the ball runs out of bounds. It'll be thrown in right in front of the scoreboard. 12 goals, 13-91. 5 minutes into this last quarter. 5 goals, 4-34. The Magpies, the home side, really struggling to keep up here so far. Jackson wins the ball down. Here comes to Marinoni. Puts it in front of Lee Elusive. The elusive half forward gets the handball back out to Ashen. He drives the ball long in front. East missed what he should have taken. Now it comes to Hayden. He's tackled there by Waderman. And that's a terrific tackle there by Charlie Waderman. And he wins the relieving free kick just inside defensive 50 for the home side. Got a player still inside defensive 50, and that's Hall. He can go wide now, looking here for Smith. Ball's going to miss him. Has he got time to pick it up? Keeps it inside the boundary line. Gets a handball over to Johnson. Doesn't get the bounce that he needed. Now he's got Weasel for company. Johnson picks it up. In comes Weasel for the Cougars. And now in comes the umpire. And he'll throw the ball up centre wing. Far side of the ground with the visiting side holding a commanding 57-point lead. 13.5 minutes to go in this last quarter. Big fella Brisbane wins it down once again. Just lacks a little bit of finesse, does Brisbane. Handball comes out towards Crook. He doesn't get the bounce he was looking for. And the umpire will throw the ball up in the middle of the ground as Myers picks himself up. Last player up, Tim Myers. Throwing up. Brisbane now trying to use his body, and there's a fair bit of it. Marinoni chucks the ball onto his boot. They have the numbers. Taylor calls himself in. He's got Danks there, that's a terrific battle. Danks gets some sort of kick onto his boot, comes over to Beebe. He misses it, comes to Hayden, comes over to Taylor. Taylor to Pefic. He can run into an open goal. Could have done better. Tries to get a handball over to Smith. In comes Waderman. Now they have the numbers. Elusive. Could have been a tunnel there by Elusive. It's still played these days. In comes Myers trying to help out his teammate in Ibsen. The handball comes out to Smith. Over to O'Shea. O'Shea gets to Matt Marinoni. Tries to get around Myers. Back to O'Shea in the middle of the ground. It's Ashton in the centre square, and Brad Ashton takes the mark. He looks there for Elusive. Over the back. Uses his body. Being touched. Plays on now. Gets the handball over to Taylor. And Taylor goes bang. And they made the goal umpire work hard. And it just manages to go through for a minor score. Should have done better there, Taylor. Must have been touched in that contest. Elusive took the mark. Touched off Danks. Taylor found himself out the back of the pack and tried to drive that to the next town, but all he's done is put it through for a minor score. Smith now plays on. Kicks the ball long. Asking a fair bit there of East. And in the middle of the pack, Jamie Marinoni takes a terrific mark. Looking for the best lead here. He's got Smith on a lead. Smith's got some room on his opponent in Smith. Comes over the back towards Brisbane. Now it's over the back towards Ashton. Ashton has a snap on goal. And this time the goal umpire has to run the other way. And it's just gone through for a minor score. A lot of work down there, the goal umpire. Knows his limitations, and another let off for the home side as more points come in. Once again, Smith brings the ball in. He goes long. This time he's looking for Waderman, but in front, that's a terrific mark taken there by Tim Myers. He's been good today, Myers. Puts it up towards Keenan Wilson. Outnumbered 2-1, puts a good tackle on and manages to push the ball out of bounds. The tackle was on Charlie Tonkin. And right on the interchange gateway, the ball will be thrown in. Nearly halfway through this last quarter, 59 points the lead to the visiting side. Over the top comes Connor Ibsen in the direction of Keenan Wilson. He slips over, in comes Tonkin. And now the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. About 80 metres out from Imperials' goal. Still trying hard. Young fella in Brisbane. He's out rucked there by Ashton. One down to Tonkin. He knocks it out in the direction of Ashton. Ashton tries to get it down towards Howson and stacks on the mill once again. And right in front of the commentary box, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. I need a goal here, Imperials. Just give them a bit of confidence to finish this game off as Ashton wins the ball down to Matt Marinoni, the skipper, and on his left boot. He's put that out of bounds. And the relieving free kick will be taken here by Zach Hall, the skipper of the Imperials side. Tried hard today, Hall. A player short. Tries to go to Gizzarelli, but in front of him, Matt Marinoni makes up for that errant kick. Takes the mark, gets it in the middle of the ground. Goes to Brent Clark. He's pursued there by Armstrong. Clark runs on, receives the handball. Tries to go onto his left boot. Great tackle in the middle of the ground there by East. Ball comes out to Taylor. He gets a handball back out to Marinoni. Marinoni in the middle of the ground looking for O'Shea. He has the help there in Clark, trying to hold his position. Comes over to Armstrong for Imperials. Gets a handball out to Wilson. Drives the ball long in front of Myers. Myers takes the mark. Has he got the leg speed? He has one bounce. Crosses 50. Has a shot on goal. That's a terrific goal by Tim Myers. Got around two opponents. Weasel tried to put the tackle on just as he kicked it. Terrific effort there by Myers. Probably the goal of the day. Tim Myers has been a star so far. Limited opportunities, worked hard. And Myers kicks his second of the game, but that's his best. Probably the best of the game. 6 goals, 440. The home side, 12 goals, 15.93. And what a goal there by Tim Myers. Goal of the year sponsor, Kimberley Accommodation Group. And that'll go in the headlights there. He'll be in the barrel. Great effort there by Tim Myers. The ball back in the middle of the ground. No ruckman wins it. And once again, the umpire will come in. Great work in the middle of the ground. Wilson over to Myers. Well-weighted kick. And Tim Myers from just inside 50 made no mistake. Free kick's been paid in the middle of the ground. It goes to Wilson. Keenan Wilson drives the ball long. Myers in best position. In comes the big frame off Hancock. In comes Gibbons. Gets a handball out to O'Shea. He gets it out to Van Verhoosen on his left boot, looking there for Howson. Now Collins has got some work to do. Howson gets him out of the way with strength. In comes Collins once again. Puts a terrific tackle on. But the backup comes from Van Verhoosen, looking there for Taylor. And Taylor takes a terrific mark just inside 50. He's got a player short. And no disrespect to Lee Luciv, pardon the pun, Lee Luciv takes the mark and will have a shot on goal for the instant reply from 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Going for his fourth is Lee Luciv. I'm still going to go over that goal from Tim Myers for Imperials. That was terrific. Doesn't waste any time now. Lee Luciv going for his fourth of the match. Comes in now, deliberate shot on goal. And he's pushed it across the face of goal for a minor score. And another let off for the home side. A terrific effort there by Van Verhoosen, involved in 3 sections of play. Just followed up. Ball's brought back into play by Wademan. And that's a great mark in the middle of the ground. I think it's Armstrong. Johnson it was. Gets the handball over to Armstrong. Puts it down there towards Jordan Johnson. Comes out the back to Myers. A terrific goal kicker. Gets back onto his feet. Gets the handball back out to Johnson. Puts him under pressure. In they come now as Gibbons. And he's wrapped up in the middle of the ground. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Right in the middle of the ground here. 54 points the margin. Up they go. Connor Ipson versus Ashton. Ashton soccers it off the ground. So does Van Verhoosen. But all it does is go in the direction of East. He gets a handball out to Johnson. I don't know what Johnson was supposed to do there. Handball hit Armstrong in the head, but Johnson recovers. Gets it back out to East. He goes short. And he finds Raymond Myers, centre wing, right in front of the commentary box. Well done there by Johnson. Second effort. Goes long. Kojonup have the numbers. Best position is Clark. And Clark on the second grab takes the relieving mark. Goes in the middle of the ground and finds a skipper in Matt Marinoni. Has his brother running through the middle of the ground. Decides to go to him now. He's kept running. He can run all the way down to goal. Decides to kick short and finds Taylor just outside 50. Harry Taylor. Taylor goes short once again, and there's that small man, the small forward. Big heart, Lee Luciv, and in front of Collins, takes the mark and will have a shot on goal from 40 metres out, basically directly in front, to once again have a go at his fourth for the game. And he comes now, little stutter, deliberate shot on goal. This time, the umpires worked hard and it's gone through for a minor score. So another let off here for Imperials. 12 goals, 17. 6 goals, 16 since quarter time. So they've done well with pressure, but a lot of those shots, as we've spoken about, should have been goals. As Smith plays on, goes straight up the middle of the ground. The Cougars have the number. In comes the bull. In Keenan Wilson gets a short toe poke in front of Tim Myers. Will it bounce up to him? He has Jackson there for company. In comes Jamie Marinoni. Could have been taken high. Mackenzie Green comes in. Great tackle there by Myers, second effort. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 70 metres out from Imperials' goal. 6 goals, 440. 12 goals, 17, 95. 55 points the margin. Ball's one down towards Armstrong. Chucks the ball onto his boot. Looking there for Hancock. Gets his ample frame in front. But the ball comes out towards Tom Cousins. He gets it out towards Van Verhoosen. Van Verhoosen has the leg speed. Soccers the ball off the ground. He's going to recover it once again. This time he picks it up. Handball over to Marinoni. Van Verhoosen runs on. Tries to get another handball. He's got time in front of Wademan. Far side of the ground is Cousins. He goes short over Taylor's head. He has Smith for company. Harry Taylor gets him out quite easily. Drives the ball long. Best position is Danks. And Danks takes a relieving chest mark about 20 metres out. Defensive 50 for the home side. Been good today, Danks. Under plenty of pressure. Done some really good things.
He decides to go long on the far side of the ground. In front comes Van Verhoosen, knocks the ball out of bounds, and it'll be thrown in about 70 metres out from the Kojonup goal. Just snuck into time on in the last quarter, 55 points the margin. Imperials just keep on trying. They just can't get a score on the board. As in front, it's Ashton. Wins the ball down to Marinoni. Goes over the top of Weasel's head. Now in comes Luciv. East gets a good kind bounce. Gets the ball out. And his short kick has found Brajovic right on centre square. He decides to go short to Smith. Picks it up beautifully. Goes short looking there for Tim Myers. In front of him comes Mackenzie Green with a great spoil. Myers comes back in. In comes Green. The ball spills out towards Weasel. He's well tackled there by Myers. He's been terrific. Ball only finds in the arms of Jamie Marinoni. Now he's got players in short. And one of them, it's Pethick. Pethick wheels around now, drives the ball long, looking for Luciv in best position. And Luciv takes a terrific pack mark above his head. And we'll have another shot on goal. 25 metres out, slight angle to go once again for his fourth. Missed a couple from this distance so far in this last quarter. He's been terrific down there. Really the focal point. Terrific overhead mark by Lee Luciv. In he comes now. Deliberate shot on goal. He's made the umpire work hard, but this time he's done enough. And it goes straight over his head. And Luciv puts through his fourth. So for all that good work that Tim Myers done right in front of the commentary box, the under pressure kick found Jamie Marinoni, and then the numbers and the whole ground open up going forward. Look there for Luciv, surrounded by a couple of Imperials defenders, took a great overhead mark, and from 25 metres out, directly in front, put through his fourth to increase this margin once again. 61 points now, 3.5 minutes to go in this last quarter. Can they just maintain this, Imperials, and get a couple of goals to finish this game off? Ball back in the middle. It's one down to Ashton. Back tap to Lachlan O'Shea. He's got Taylor on a searching lead. And he finds Taylor about 50 metres out from goal. You know he's got the leg from here. He's a player short. He's looking for the lead. Not quite sure what to do. Great ruck work in the middle of the ground. Looking there once again for Luciv. Missed what he should have taken. It comes over there to Collins. Collins wins the ball back. Puts himself under pressure. Handball on the far side of the ground. They're looking for blood now, the Cougars. They have the numbers. Can't hold the ball up. Comes over to Givens. Back to Jackson. Handball comes out to Collins. Look away, handball to Beebe. In the middle to Hall. The skipper just drives the ball long. Ashton in best position. He's got time to miss the mark and then recover. Drives the ball long. Weasel in front position. In front of him comes East with a terrific spoil. Over to Johnson. He just chucks the ball onto his boot. Looking there for Myers. And Myers with superior leg speed takes the chest mark. He drives the ball long. He's got Armstrong. He's going to be under pressure. But that's a terrific mark to Armstrong. Plays on straight away to Ibsen. Ibsen goes to 30. And he finds young Tomasi. Plays on and goes bang. And from the goal square, Tomasi. I think that might be his first goal in league footy. They're happy for him. Very unselfish play there by Tyler Ibsen. Looking there for Tomasi. Played on straight away, the youngster. Top of the goal square. And he puts through his first. Great end-to-end goal. Terrific effort down back by East. Myers has been terrific across half forward. Really proving to be a focal point. Terrific mark, contested mark. Another contender for mark of the day to Brandy Armstrong, who's tried his heart out right from the get-go. 7 goals 4 now. 7 goals 4, 46. 12 goals 17, 101. Ibsen wins the ball out of the middle, gets a handball over to Johnson, gets a kind bounce, decides to go short, looking there for Hancock. He's well spoilt. Boy, seen a free kick. Could have been a push in the back. That was Tom Cousins who gave away that free kick. Little unlucky. Hancock still outside 50. Beautiful looking kick. Beautiful looking kick from Hancock. And he finds that man Myers. And he'll have another shot on goal. Kicking for his third. 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, minute and a half to go in this game. And this bloke can hold his head high. He's been terrific across half forward. One of him's best, if not their best. In he comes now, Tim Myers, deliberate shot on goal. He makes no mistake. Goes back and back-to-back goals for the home side. As Tim Myers, courtesy of a beautiful pass there from Hancock, made no mistake from 35 metres out. Been terrific, Tim Myers. Tried his heart out all day. And he's kicked 2 ripping goals in this last quarter. Goal of the match for me was his second goal of the game. But from 35 metres out, he made no mistake. So 3 goals, 8 goals 4 to 12 goals 17. Reduced that margin by a couple. Back-to-back goals again for the home side. The ball's back in the middle. Nearly only a minute to go in this game. Comes over to Keenan Wilson. He just handballs it straight to Luciv. The spoil comes in from Hall. Handball from Ipsen back to Hall. Gets around his player, looking there for Tomasi. But over the top of him it goes. And Tom Cousins takes the mark. Been good down there, Cousins. Well, it's an average looking kick, but they have time. In comes Armstrong in front of Van Verhoosen. Wheels around on his right boot. Had a couple of players loose, but he's missed them both. Comes over to Tonkin. He gets a handball out to Horsler. Big Hancock for him, just trying to run him down. And he puts him under pressure. In comes Johnson. Now they come in. Umpire's seen a free kick prior. And Waderman has won the free kick for that tackle prior to that contest. And he'll drive the ball forward once again. Got a player in the middle of the ground. It's a well-weighted kick. And it finds Hall. Beebe runs on from halfback. And he takes the mark. Plays on around his man on the mark. Looking there for Ipsen. Over the back it goes of him to Johnson. Loose of the crummer. Through the middle goes O'Shea. Drives the ball long. Jackson spoilt there by East. And there's the siren. Comfortable winners, the Kojonup Cougars, for the last 2 goals of the game come courtesy of the home side. 9 goals 4 to 12 goals 17. A little bit of a fracas in the middle of the ground. Pretty entertaining game of footy. I know the margin doesn't show it that way, but if you were here, Imperials never gave up. Just sort of shaking hands in the middle of the ground now. Probably a new way now. It's a new thing, the way they go. A few words said. The card's been given in the middle of the ground here after the siren. So we'll work out what that's all about. 12 goals 17. So 6 goals 16 after quarter time to the Cougars. Terrific effort by Imperials to hang in there. 9 goals 4. So the margin, comprehensive, but Kojonup maintained position, top of the ladder. I think we've seen goal of the match. We can quite comfortably give that to Tim Myers. That was a terrific goal in a losing team, but he was terrific across half forward. Player of the match for me was Kyron Hayden. I thought from outset to the finish, start of the game to the finish, he was sensational. And there was a plethora of others. Smith played a lone hand deep and then he went into the middle of the ground. Harry Taylor pushed up. They're a well-drilled unit. They'll welcome back their coach next week to finish off the season. They're going to finish on top of the ladder and give themselves a second chance of playing in another grand final. That'll be 3 in a row for them. Jamie Marinoni and his brother Matt, terrific. Lachlan O'Shea, sensational. They run for each other. Ashton and Jackson in the middle of the ground. I think Brisbane done a fair bit of work in there, won most of the ruck knocks, but Jackson and Ashton's ability to work around the ground and set up play. Got to remember that young Angus Brisbane is only 19 years of age. Brandy Armstrong was sensational. Tyler Ipsen tried hard. Down back, they worked hard. Corey Johnson tried hard, but Tim Myers were their best player. Sam East made a few mistakes, but he made up for them with some great second efforts. So we'll leave the Manjimup Recreational Ground. We thank all our sponsors, broadcast partners, Triple M Rocks Footy, Taliesin Lithium. Goal of the day goes to Tim Myers, and player of the match for me goes the way of Kyron Hayden, who was absolutely sensational. Kojonup keep on marching on. Imperials never gave up. They just want this season to end, and they'll look forward to next year and regroup. But Kojonup are a force to be reckoned with as we leave the Manjimup recreational ground.